Hi, welcome to the Habit Secrets webinar. I'm Captain Preetham Madhukar, founder of Skills Beyond Education, and your host for today. I've been a former sea captain, and through my own challenges of working on myself and people in my teams, I'll be sharing some secrets, and my mission is to strengthen people's will. And that means how you can use this stronger will to create great habits for yourself. It could be winning habits, it could be moving away from toxic ones. So you need to strengthen your will, you need to understand how the habit dynamics work, and then work on yourself. Like we have all been there where, let's say you start a practice, you want to probably get fit, and you're probably trying to get into a jog or a walk, and maybe you want to go into a gym, into yoga practice, whatever it is. Probably you have started this, okay, you understand these kind of tactics, you understand you need to work on yourself, and you've been desiring to do this, and then you do this for 3-4 days, and I call you up and you say, yeah, I've been at it, I'm fully passionate, I'm excited about this. And a week later you're still there, you're still doing it, but not as much, but still you're doing it, you're chugging along. And then probably I call you after maybe a couple of weeks, and I say, "Hey, what's happening? How's your practice, your yoga routine or gym or whatever it may be for you?" And then usually it could be, most of the time it is like, yeah, I was doing it, then I got an important work commitments which kind of derailed, or maybe you fell ill, or there was some family event which you had to attend to, and suddenly it's derailed and you're struggling to get back. This is the most common story. I've been there. Most of the challenges that I share, or most of the secrets that I will be sharing, is all something that I myself have been guilty of, or something that I myself have fallen into this kind of pit of procrastination. And how you can become more mindful, and how you can use these tools so that you can get better, and you can strengthen your habit structure, you can strengthen your habit routines more and more better. Okay, so let's get started. Anytime that you want to post a question, just drop in a question, it will keep coming into my question box. In the habit routine, whatever habit routine that we want to set up, uh, there are 4 habit steps. Okay, these 4 steps are going to be coming throughout. And the first one is called mindfulness. Okay, and what I mean by that is, just like you're attending this webinar, probably you read some books, you've had some discussions, or your own reflection. You're mindful of how your habits are. You're mindful of, you've learned something new, you need to do this, you need to do that. So you're becoming mindful of where you are, and becoming aware of what habits you want, or what habits you want to take out from your life. So we are becoming more and more mindful of this. So the first important step is to become mindful, and not necessary we are completely mindful. I'm hoping that through this webinar you'll become even more, those gaps in what you think of a habit, or how you can work on your habit, gets also filled in through this webinar. And the first thing is becoming mindful, getting that clarity for ourselves. The second step is tactics. What I mean by tactics is, okay, there are a lot of techniques, tools, practices. So I'll be sharing a few, sharing some perspective on how to approach your habit. So this will help you in starting your new habit, whatever that is you want to take up, or in sustaining what habit that you are currently going, but unable to keep that consistency. That's really the goal. And third thing is, in case you want to break away from some unhealthy, toxic habits, what things you can do for that. So these tactics are basically tools and techniques and practices, that you can techniques that you can use. And the third thing comes to practice. Practice means, okay, you became mindful, you got your clarity, what you want and what you don't want, and you learn some techniques. Okay, all this, if we are still in the theory realm, in the sense now we are still in the mind, we're just contemplating, we are analyzing, we're getting clear, we're getting inspired, but we have to take action. We have to now move from our seats, we have to start doing those things, we have to get it done. Getting it done what you thought or what your inner desire is the practice. You have to get it into it. And let's say you start practicing as well. You start doing it for a day, 2 days, week, couple of weeks. Somewhere there will always be certain, what you can say, some sort of a spanner in the wheel. It's like some disruption will happen in your life. Something will come, not necessarily all are bad, maybe good disruptions, bad disruptions. Like I said, ill health, we all fall ill. So that's a disruption. There could be a family event like a wedding, some birthday, something you're preparing for. Maybe some office projects are, reaching their culmination. You're putting your time and effort and your habit goes haywire. So all these things are realities of modern day life. We are also living, either alone or with just small nuclear families. And what happens is then even more our support structure is less. Okay, so we are practicing. There's nobody that we can, be accountable. So the fourth step is the accountability or the support structure that we have for ourselves. Either we have to create something for ourselves. That means we need to become stronger in our will. We have to set up certain practices of accountability. So that I will tackle in the end. So these 4 steps: mindfulness, tactics, practice, and accountability. You need to get all these checked out. Then only your habit will become something that you can sustain for a long time. Also, you need to ask, what are the kinds of habits that you want? Okay, so these 4 are crucial steps, and understanding them and following through on each in sequence will help you become more sustained in your practice. That means after accountability, you become again mindful. That means you finished accountability, you realized, oh, you missed some days, you didn't do it well, you came up with some stories, or there were genuine reasons, and you're becoming mindful. That means accountability is leading to mindfulness, and then you're coming up with some tweaks to your tactics, something else. You came up with, so you're coming with some tweaks. Now you're practicing, becoming accountable, again becoming mindful, bringing the tactics or your tools, techniques, putting them into practice, becoming accountable, seeing the gaps, becoming mindful. It's a whole cycle by itself. So this is the steps that you need to realize and take charge for yourself.